My name's Nick Carveth, and I've been living with a diagnosis of obsessive-compulsive disorder for 4 years, and I've been abstinent from cocaine for 5 years. So I went to a private school, and for me that was a really negative experience. I found it a really draconian atmosphere. All it did really for me was amplify my anxiety, which I didn't know was an anxiety disorder at the time. But I just felt always very vulnerable going in there. It was a very macho atmosphere. I always felt like I was going to get yelled at, and I didn't have the organizational skills to really keep up with the expectations that they had of all the students. So for me, I found it extremely alienating. But I definitely noticed just this nervous feeling on my way to school every day, like, oh God, what's going to happen? Am I going to be humiliated? This and, just that kind of stuff. So I definitely saw my anxiety manifesting in those kind of ways. I didn't really have the understanding to call it, I guess, anxiety, or to sort of put my finger on it, but that's definitely how I noticed, how I began noticing. It ultimately went to me getting kicked out of alternative school in grade 12, and I became increasingly involved with cocaine. So that's where my substance use kind of got to its most extreme. As it progressed, it became simply sort of almost an issue of survival. Like I felt like that's what I had to do to get through the day at that point. My mom saw an ad for a CAMH, like a CAMH billboard, and she just said, please go to an orientation meeting, just check it out, see what they're about. I won't make you sign up. So I went, and it seemed kind of awesome, I mean, the social workers who ran the orientation were really empathic. They didn't seem judgmental or sort of moralizing like some of the other counselors I'd worked with in the past. They were really friendly, and they explained that CAMH practiced a harm reduction philosophy, and which meant that I could still basically receive treatment while I was using substances. I just couldn't come to the program under the influence or in possession. So I'm finishing my 3rd year at Ryerson University in the social work program, which is totally correlated to my experience at CAMH, actually, because it was the counselors that I worked with there who were kind of like, maybe you should consider social work, you might be good at it. And they also told me that a lot of the agencies that have social workers, that employ social workers, are looking for more people with personal experience with these specific struggles, addiction and mental health, to be practitioners. So it sounded like a really good fit for me, and I started there 3 years ago. At the end of next year, I'll graduate, God willing, and